We gotta get Kamala off the main stage because she is rubbing off on anyone that she can, and we can't afford anybody else because we got Snoop Dogg pulling Kamala idealism 180 entire paradox, complete switch of idealisms. So on top of him switching his stance on Trump, you gotta remember, Snoop Dogg got busted at Diddy parties. We'll have to see what all photos come from that, what the extent of his involvement is. But if we can find you anywhere in there saying ain't no party like a Diddy party, we can't have you over here supporting the sexualization and sexual confusion of minors. Because one good product of the Diddy parties is Will Smith turning over his son to Diddy, and Jaden Smith ends up opening up at a concert, walks over to Tyler Creator and is like, all right guys, I know Tyler wouldn't want me to say this, but I like doing things with Tyler that only certain types of guys like to do. Opens up in front of a crowd of a bunch of people. Tyler's over there like, no, this is not what today's about. This is not what today's about. So super big coming out in front of a crowd. Real weird. Who knows if Jaden's even, if that's authentic Jaden or if that's just tortured and confused Jaden. Because that's an awkward situation. So Snoop Dogg, may or may not have deep involvement with that. And he puts out Lavender. Pretty distasteful, satire, graphic video advertising the assassination of Trump. It goes into detail. He's in office. It seems like he's in power. There's things referencing the Ukraine deal of Trump's that nobody seems to like. On top of all of this gets into deep quantum entanglement here. That's how you know this is serious. Because at the same time we got Snoop Dogg releasing hardcore propaganda videos assassinating Trump, after he's in power, a lot of suggestions going through this video. There's complaints from other people about how JasonAldean is getting shut down for his videos. And I gotta make sure I'm still recording. Oh, no, we're getting a phone call here. Yeah, they're blocking me out. Oh, no, we got it. So, JasonAldean's getting blocked from the ability to have freedom of speech, while we got Snoop Dogg over here going to Diddy parties. Whether he's supporting it directly or not, he's going to Diddy parties. He's a part of the involvement of sexualization and sexual confusion of minors and other political figures as well. This is all blackmailing and drugging and all kinds of nasty stuff going on there. You go look at his indictment list. It's only getting bigger, I want to say. So on top of all that, quantum entanglement. Why is JasonAldean important to this? Why would JasonAldean being told to shut up? This is funny because we have Coca-Cola machines where you can't name your bottle Jesus, but you can tell your bottle to have Hail Satan, Love Satan, blah blah blah, Satan this, Satan that, but nothing about Jesus. What's up with that, guys? That's big tech right there. So freedom of speech getting shut down in a very peculiar way on a Coca-Cola machine. At the same time, JasonAldean's freedom of speech is getting shut down. At the same time, SnoopSnatch releases a video shooting Trump and all kinds of graphic, detailed, innuendo, satire, coincidental things happen in this video. But that is A-okay. That is grade A. You can watch that video as many times as you want. All kinds of people have that video up. No problem. JasonAldean gets shut down. Let's just think back. Where do we know JasonAldean from? That's right. He was the headliner in the Las Vegas shooting. Yeah. He was the one on stage when somebody, I'm not sure if it is the guy we're being led to believe it is, because somebody opened up fire on that crowd, releasing a ridiculous amount of ammunition, of which there's no footage ever being shown of ammunition entering the hotel. That was my cue bit from the beginning. I'm like, until I see footage, like, okay, here, we got them red-handed, bringing in all these guns and ammunition, then it makes sense. Then the story makes sense. But you were waiting for that the whole time, and they kept turning the story. It kept going and turning and never looped back around and tied up that loose end, right? More quantum. Oh, yeah. So fast forward today, people have theories that the helicopters were involved because their transponders were shut off and there's no records of what the helicopters did, even though people say they were all over the place, all overhead. Very interesting, right? Because there's shootings all over town, no record of weapons or ammunition, just some patsy in a hotel. Very interesting. At the same time, the chief of police that was in charge during that massacre, it was a massacre, it was one of the largest things, like, hundreds of people died, and many more injured. As long as it wasn't entirely staged, I mean, it just seems crazy. Like, things that are so scaled up like that. I mean, we know 9/11 is fake at this point. It's a demolition. The way the buildings fall at lightning speed, straight down without any resistance. Come on. It's not like... That's as if someone electrified all of the steel at one time and then it became jello and just fell. So... we could... Yeah, quantum entanglement. Chief of police ends up getting transferred very hastily over to Maui. This is either right after the shooting happens. They're like, okay, your job in Las Vegas is done. Time to shuffle you over to Maui for the next event. Or they just, they hadn't had the plan for Maui until later. But as soon as they devised the plan for Maui, then they transfer chief of police over. Which is funny because you would expect that Maui would have a hardcore local police staff. You'd think it would all be just nothing but locals. You think they would have that down pat, like, hey, no, only people that know this area, know the families, know the people, know who's right, know who's wrong. You'd think they would have that set up, and it wouldn't be all this collusion and we're going to put whoever we want from wherever in the world over here during whatever specific event, i.e. the Maui fires. Just in time, right? So on another note, quantum entanglement with Maui, that was a good way to let you know that there's all these big time billionaires, in the Hollywood industry. We got Oprah or just Zuckerberg. They're trying to get you angry at them for buying land in Maui. Well, that's actually the wrong idea entirely. Because unless you look at the list of everybody that owns land in Maui, you actually, in this case, are a fan. You should be a fan if you're a citizen of the United States of America, because you would want citizens owning Maui. You shouldn't be concerned about who owns what in Maui as long as they're a citizen of the U.S., If they're a citizen of the United States and they own land in Maui, who gives a shit? That's not headline news. If somebody from another country owns more than the citizens own of Maui, that is headline news. And that is the point at which your news references, wherever you go, your news sources are skewed and biased to the hardcore left-hand side. They're hardcore liberal, communist, fascist, Marxist. Hardcore. I don't know how to open your eyes anymore other than just look at the information. Don't trust the media. Know that whatever they're telling you, you're going to have to go back and check it all out for them. They want to tell you that you don't have the ability to do fact checks. Tuan, giving you that Alex Jones InfoWars, quantum entanglement, out.